Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. This is Transport Fever 2 and it's the Metropolis. And we're at Picks Creek, which is where I spent an inordinate amount of time in the last, I guess you'd call it an episode, dealing with Picks Creek and making it habitable by flattening the heck out of it. And how's it coming along? Well, it's doing okay. We've got some very nice big buildings going on there, which is super. I've got 300 million quid in the bank, so that's all kind of paying off, moderately to good, occasionally better. And therefore, it's time to turn my attention to something else. And I've got a scheme. Now then, boat aficionados will no doubt recall that in the stream I mentioned that I was going to work with boats soon. And they're not going to let me forget that. And I am. I am going to work with Berts. I'm definitely going to work with Berts pretty soon. Because we need to ship some gubbins out from over there. And there's going to be a lot of jiggery-pokery that goes along with it. But it needs to have somewhere to go. And the place that I have selected is down here next to your Gotham City, New York, Los Santos, which is a slightly weird combination. Yeah, see, Gotham City is New York and Los Santos is Los Angeles. Oh well, whatever. We could call it faux USA. I'll come up with a better name. The reason I've selected this place is because you've got all of this area here that would be splendid in which to build a port. And associated freight hub. Yes, friends, freight hub. This series has been entirely passenger oriented so far, and there's a high likelihood that it's not going to be for much longer. Do I want to distribute freight to every city? Oh, that's a headache. I might, but I think we can definitely distribute it to some places, and that'll be a delight. But before we get to that, we want to get some fundaments set up. So we'll have the port down here, we'll have a freight station in here somewhere, and obviously we're going to need some passenger action going on from the faux USA here. And I don't like the name. Yeah, well, work on it. And therefore, I'm going to put in a passenger line to start with, and we're going to do a passenger line, very straightforward one, that runs down here along the coast, hoppity hop bridge into the gap between kind of Little China and Precinct 13 over here on Carpenter. And that name's settled. That's a name that's sorted. Or am I? I might bend around and end up in Darkstar, because that would then facilitate the move out to Gameland. What, Rapture? There's a load of game places. You've got to do better with some of these names, son. You can't get away with just, come on, trying to spur of the moment everything and go, yeah, that sounds weak. Anyway, let's stroll on, shall we? First job, let's upgrade this lot here, because I'm going to run a nice big fat road. You know how I like a fat road next to my train station. Well, that's not changed. My tastes in that regard have remained exactly the same as they were. We've got pause on because I've a feeling as soon as the AI starts to get wind of the fact that I'm building here, it's going to go, ooh, I could build all kinds of goodness. Yeah, well, I don't want that. Not yet. Where are we going from here? So if we're going at Gotham, obviously the route continues out to all of this the kind of surrealist towns. No name as yet. And then you've got your Narnia and your Asgards and your kiddie fictional places over there. And yeah, trying to make one of these into something magnificent. Because the main aim of the series, I mentioned this early on, apologies for the extended exposition today. The main aim of the series is to have one passenger station that has an insane amount of traffic going to it, all of which is profit generating. And I don't know where I'm going to put it. But it's not here, and I've got today's plan, so I should just crack on with that. I'm going to stick a 4 platformer in there to start with. Not because it necessarily needs 4, but I want the space guaranteed, just in case it does need it later on. And then we'll go with some, bluff tradition here, and just slide you in and keep it perp with that. parallel, not perp. Oh, okay, beg your pardon. And then we're off to the track build. No, we're not. I'm going to build the other end first. All right. Dark Star. Well, Dark Star definitely doesn't need 4 platforms. There's nowhere for it to go. So we'll make it a terminus. And we'll have 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. Okay. All right. 240 means that we're going to be a little limited in the choices we have vis-a-vis trains, just due to the lengths involved. But that's okay. Now, it will quite happily go there, but it's going to leave a really great lump underneath. Let's try and rectify the lump before we get into any of that. Brush strength, yes. And size, also yes. You know you've listed the wrong words with the wrong labels there. Yeah, I know, but people know what I'm driving at, and therefore it'll do. It's fine. They're with me. They've got it. All right, they don't need it spelling out too much. It's just flatteroo a little bit of this. Yeah. Right, that's flatterooed. Right, and then just plumb this bad boy in about here. Okay. Right. Okay. Now that's slightly more civilized than it was going to be. The shadow's rather throwing me off, but hey ho. Right, tracks. Yes. Right. So I mean, the other benefit of doing this, of course, is that we're going to get a bridge in here, and if I'm taking my freight shipping from hither, it will go underneath the bridge. Won't that be nice? You might want to check the grid alignment. Oh yeah. Hang on. We're going to check the grid alignment, friends. Why? Why check the grid alignment? Because if you get the grid alignment wrong, like it is here, your ships only want to go on straight lines, right? So your ship coming down here, because of the nature of where it's matching the grid, it'll be okay at this end, although it'll come out at a kind of a weird angle. But coming in, it's going to try and zigzag all the way down. I don't even know if that's a shipping route. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. Actually, that would have been just as quick a way to check. So I'm going to need to square this off. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I know. The straight line approach is not ideal. What else have you got here? Just nothing good. Nothing. Oh, hold on. I'm feeling a little bit Suezy. Are you? Well, maybe a smidge Panamanian. Who knows? I'm going to build a canal, possibly. This is the most awkward it could have possibly been. Oh dear! Right? Because it's a right angle. Because it's doing it at 45 degrees. This is a nightmare. The other option, of course, is to go around the outside, but who wants to go around the outside? You want some bridges and tastefulness and flipping joys of everything. There's just no way to do this well. Yeah, you'd have to cut through like this. Yeah. And that's horrendous before it swings out the other end. I will seal this back in, you see. I'll turn that into land. Will you? I might. Okay. I don't like it. No. Are we changing the plan completely? Well, I might. I mean, you could come down here. Let's have a look at how this lines up with the... I mean, that works. Oh, hold on, that works. Right. So you could shave... Oh, no, hold on. It stopped working. Is this flipping square rotate? Just bring that up. Yeah. Yeah, what you just want a straight line. If I rotate now... No, it stays aligned to the jaggedies that you've got going on. It's a trick of the eye. It's just your eye giving you all kinds of trouble. No, right, plan A. Yeah. Plan A you'd have to come in here and then just kind of carve across here a bit. Yeah. But then you're going all the way out here across there. No, alright, okay, then you're coming down here, yeah, and you're carving across here. Again, apologies for the extended initial pontificate. You know what? I'm going to leave it alone. I know, it seems like a colossal waste of time, but I've built my reputation on giving due voice to the scheme that I'm working on, and therefore it feels totally within normal operating parameters to be doing just that. Really, are we going downhill? I guess gently. Okay, right. Well, off we go. Yep, there's a road coming up. Not for flipping long, there isn't. No. So yeah, no, I'm going to leave it alone because I'm going to get the ship set up. We'll leave it where it is, and then we'll see where the best value, the best intrigue, the best whatever can be had by simply doing a bit of reshaping rather than trying to force it. Forcing it would work, of course, but it's neither here nor there. Right. Why are we going in a straight line? Because straight lines are ruddy efficient, chums. And you call that straight. It's straight-esque. That's not straight. No. The Romans want a word. Yeah, what's the word they want? No. Oh, okay. Did the Romans say no? No. But shut it. Right, now, we don't want to get too close to the coastline. As much as running the coastline is always a very tasteful thing to do, that's not what we're about here, because we want to be able to swing across for our bridge without it having to be a 180-degree, effort. Keep the speed over 100, ideally over 120. Now, we're not going to be running 125s on here, but that'll do, yep. Because I've got a sawmill that I've got to avoid here. Which reminds me, can I just bulldoze it? No. Oh, well, that's awkward. Yeah, I know. They can place just because they feel like it, and then you can't do a thing about it afterwards. Well, then that's in the wrong place, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. This is the most rudimentary track line you've ever seen in your life, and I'm having trouble with it. And you just got to go, whoa. Well, for starters, if we're gonna rethink this a smidge, then rethink it a lot, right? And let's not have an unnecessary bendation in there, and instead let's take out more roads, right? Let's plumb our path past the sawmill, and then we'll crow fly it and see what that looks like. Okay, well there's your path past the sawmill. There you go. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Well, no, all of this is easy. Right, and then just do that. Yeah. You might ask, why have I gone for that track as the approach track? And you kind of go, because that way I've got space either side for more track, rather than what I tend to do usually, which is plant on one far edge and then try and plumb out additional track. Are we just going to take that? Yeah, you've got this embankment, which is okay, because I mean that serves. It's so it's just done, and then we moved on, and next trick is going to be, you are going to have to do a 180 here, pretty much. Well, it'll be about a 160, I reckon, rather than a 180. And where are you going to do that? You know what this is suggesting? What's it suggesting? It's suggesting that you could have some kind of grand interchange going on here. Don't say rail roundabout. It could have a rail roundabout. I've told you not to say rail roundabout. Okay, well, I consider myself duly chastised. Hello, Julie. Right, now then, I think we cut across here into the aforementioned grand interchange. Yeah, I don't know what it might end up being a rail roundabout. I don't want to do one. No, remember the last time you did one? Oh, God. Yes, I do. You remember how much of a pain in the bum it was to get that working? I never thought that I would miss block signals, but that was the point at which I missed block signals. You're going to want your wibbly greens on here. All right, okay. So let's put something in that has the pillars. So you're going to want a shortish. See, that's not right. That's the one. Okay. Yeah. So just 140 mile per hour top speed there. That's absolutely fine. You possibly want to pull it back a little further though, so that you can complete your run up to the station. Right, something about there for sir or madam? Yeah, something about there for sir or madam will do nicely. Right, make it green. Yeah, all right. How we feel about that? Moderate. Okay, take it. All right, good. I'm done with you. Green overlay. Thank you very much. You've played the game splendidly. And then we'll roll this into platform 2. Okay. All right. Yeah. Grand interchange. Yeah. I mean, the question that then comes up is: are you going to run any local rail here? Yeah, I might actually. I could run a Precinct 13 Little China kind of hookup. I don't think the Village of the Damned really warrants it. I think we could probably do some sort of haunted bus service through this what would you call that? It's not a cliff. Hill. Oh, there's an unusual word. Yes, one that didn't occur to you straight away, but arguably should have done. Right, so yeah, we're just going to bend it. Just going to bend it around. I want to get some trains running on here because all things being equal, I'd quite like to get the ships moving because then I know what I've got to rebuild. Okay, yeah, there's not going to be any demand for stuff. Yeah, but I'll cover the cost of it with the excessive profits that I'm currently generating. You see, look, that's a 70 mile an hour curve you've got there. It's not. It's a 66 mile per hour curve. Well, look, whatever you want to call it, it is not fast. I'm going to replace that bit. If I am thinking grand interchange, and you know what, that might be a fun thing to build, then inevitably that bit of track is going to be forfeit at some point. I mean, I could just turn it into some kind of branching Y junction-y kind of a deal, kind of a thing, but I think there's something more flamboyant in there that may prove to be fun. Okay, let's have a look at that from above and ask ourselves whether it's a sensible kind of manoeuvre. Yeah, it's not unsensible. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, obviously the crow flies route there. Pythagoras is giving me a look at the moment. He's just kind of going, you don't know anything. And I'm going, no, it's fine. You don't want to take the hypotenuse, mate. Oh, stuff your hypotenuse where the sun don't shine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. You know what else? I did that quite quickly. It's because it's really flaming simple. Yes. And therefore, I might put in Station 3 so this starts earning real quick. Because Station 3 is no more complex. Well, it is, because you're going to be bulldozing the centre of town. I think you're going into the middle of Twin Peaks. And then look at this landscape. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's exciting. I think we want to take this road. By which I mean, we'll replace this road with rail track. Okay, so you've also got this buildable area here where the AI has started going, I've got some plans for something brilliant, but I haven't got started on it yet. And you kind of go, I see your plans. I'll have them. Thank you. Right, all of you lot, out my face. Thank you. Right, what about taking out all of this lot and then just hijacking this nice bit of road you've got going on down there? Yeah, I like it. Because otherwise you've got the usual altitude sickness to deal with, and we don't want that. No. Okay, right. Smoothie. There you go. Square. No. We use the delicate brush of yeah. Okay, because this kind of goes and you end up with grizzly, and we don't go, no, I don't want grizzly. Yeah, how to spot if someone's got 300 million in the bank is like how much they care about, I'll just spend, 500,000 demonstrating what I don't want it to look like. Also, use the right brush. There you go. Right. There we are. Yep. Yeah, super. You know what? I'm going to reshape the gully through this cliffside here. I'm going to try and keep it on the flat for a little bit at least. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, I don't usually go to that level of effort. No, you usually plumb in a bunch of track and go, oh, it's not very flat. Never mind. And you go, well, no, it's we're not going to do that. And that's not your voice. That's the voice you use when you're doing someone who's being irate and nerdy, which is not you. No, I'm cool and groovy. Do you want to have another swing at it then? Oh, okay. It's all right. So normally I'd leave it not on the flat. And I'd be all like, it's not flat, but whatever. Like and subscribe. Yeah, you see, I mean it's a pastiche certainly, but it does the job. That's quite nice. Do you know what it needs? Bridges going over the top. After a bit of canyon smoothing. Ooh, yeah. Oh, we're just suddenly on the lookout for the tasteful here. Right, where are we going? Well, we're coming through. I know that needs to be made slightly less obvious, but if we work through here and then go around the corner a bit, hack through the mountain. There's a lot of tunnel in that in your future, and then land over there somewhere. Okay. All right. Well, look. Why don't you get started and then figure out what you're doing as you do it? Now, this is going to be a through station, and in fact, no, it's in the wrong place for it. For your big fat hero feature station, it needs to be right in the middle of the map, and this won't do it because it's the wrong place for it. Yeah. You know, something like Ironforge would do the job, but I've already built up too much infrastructure around the outside of it for it to be our friend, our foci. No. Eventually, this track here is going to wend its way around the corner. It's going to go past Pleasantville and so forth. It's going to go down the coast because I'm an obsessive when it comes to going down the coast. It'll end up in Asgard and Emerald City and Narnia and what have you. It will do a peel off that will end up Y-junctioning its way into Port Migo. It's going to be flaming magnificent. Yeah. You know what you need to do at some point? What's that? A full rail tour route that's maybe got one train on it, but it goes everywhere. It's going to cannibalise everything. Look, put it in your big box of here's an idea that might be quite good fun, and we'll talk about it later. Right, I'm going to stick a 3 in here as well. Again, I don't necessarily believe it's going to need 3, but I'd rather have the space available later if and when I decide that 3 is a thing that I'm all about now. Right, okay, yeah, whack it in, whack it in. Lovely amount of catchment going on there as well. And that's super helpful. Right, we'll come out in the middle one. Yeah, I am probably going to have to reassign some of these platform setups, but hey, it's all fine. All right, so we go through the canyon, which is way wider than you needed it, but we go through that in a nice flattened kind of fashion. I'll smooth out the sides there and bang in some trees, and it'll just look totally gorgeous. Right, you've made it as far as there. Congratulations. Now what? Well, let's do the standard test. I don't think the standard test is going to complete. I think it's going to go, no, don't want. Hold on, there you go. Okay, standard test. Right, what we got? Okay, yeah. Tunnel, is it cheeky or lengthy? Looks pretty flipping lengthy. That's more than lengthy. Oh, it's not more than lengthy. It's about the right length for a tunnel of more significance. All right, I don't hate it. You might have that, and then we continue bending it round, and then we come out of the mountain a little later than I'd like. Yeah, but it means you get to stay flat pretty much all the way along. Yeah, that's not the platform we want to end up in. And it's just one lovely continuous curve. Yeah. What do you think about that? I don't know. And this is a problem. When you've played a ton of the game, you go like, do you want something that's just functional, or do you want it to try and do something a bit different? And you know what? In this case, I'm actually going to go with just functional. I know I do. You know, your odds are always about 50-50 as to whether I go for that is radiantly beautiful but totally impractical versus something that is just purely functional. I wouldn't place a bet on it because the odds are not in your favour that you're going to pick the right one. And there. Okay. Right. But the reason for this is because the feature down here is going to be this freight station. And I think obviously I'm going to need to distribute that freight in some fashion or another. And rail is obviously a given, especially since I've said we're going to build a freight hub. I mean, that's how to spot that it's a I know what I want to build. Oh, do you? Yeah. Oh, crikey. Yeah. I do know what I want to build. Oh, that's interesting. Do you want to finish building this first? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what I want to build. Okay, right. Brace yourselves, friends. Today's episode's going to end on a job half done, but it's a cliffhanger that's going to have you salivating for the next part. Oh yeah, God, there will be a certain moistness about your mouth, and you'll go, ah. Also, caveat number 2, don't know if it's going to work and I might have to abandon the plan, but I will get started on the plan momentarily. I'm going to finish this bit of double tracking here. I'm going to slap some signals on, the necessary points at both ends, and I'm going to stick a train on it just for the sake of having some trains running. You've not done that well. No, I have. I've done it fine. All you need to do is change your platform assignments. Okay, right, wait, just maybe don't build that. Not yet. All right. Okay, knock this out. Yeah. 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 Okay, that should give me enough room to get round neatly. And in. There you go. That's it. Yeah. That's the alignment the kids were looking for. Yeah, it might fox me in a minute because I'll go, but why is it going into, I don't really, well, all of that kind of noises is certainly plausible. Right, we're going to give it a bit of this. And we might as well diamond this straight away. Yes, there will be additional services coming in here, and that's before I even contemplate having a local train service. Right, stick with these. These have done me well so far. Yeah, stick one on there. Oh, it should be one way. That's all right. We'll get it. We'll get the one way with the next lot. Okay, where are you putting those? By the bridge. That's a bit soon. Yeah, I know, but I mean, you know, I'm establishing. Oh, I see. That's something that arguably makes sense. Right. Continue. I am continuing. Right, what are we going to run on here? Well, I think it's a multi-unit job. Yeah. It's still 1990, so the number of options we've got is not extensive, but you've got a good selection nonetheless. Try and find one that you haven't used before, which is more of a mission than you might possibly give credit, because they all look the chuffing same. Yeah, I know, the diesel ones, the electric ones, they're all exactly the flaming same. They're so soulless. They're so utterly boring. You have just upset all of those people that are specifically sticking with this series because you're covering British stuff. I know, there's a lot of British trains that are boring. When we started going multi-unit on everything, it all became quite boring. Alright, will this go round in one, or are you going to have to faff around in the tunnel to get it to work? No, go round in one, because you crew-flued it. Crew-flued it. Yes. Yeah. But I'm not wrong. No. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, sunshine. Oh, well, okay. Well, I've beholded it, and right, slap it in there. Don't get me wrong, it's got some character, but at the same time, they're all a chuffing same. Right, go here. Yeah, loco haul, that's what you want. Yeah, something where you kind of go, so one of those up the front. Oh, my goodness, that's ugly. You see, what ugly isn't is lacking in character. Yeah. Well, why don't you do a loco haul service? Nope. Not unless one really suggests itself. I've got a loco haul service or two out there somewhere. But this ain't it. Not this one. No. You want to get yourself like a Class 90 or something? Yeah, I might. Maybe I do. But I don't have one at the moment. And therefore, I won't be using one, will I? Right. Anyway, we're here. Yeah. You've got people currently writing out comments going, I think you'll find that the Class 10 whatever is a magnificent ode to Art Deco. You kind of go, it flipping isn't. Now go away. Right, give me some of this. Right, why are we doing that? Oh, just because I'm putting a depot here. Yeah, I'm going to use this platform here just to serve as a depot flinger outer, and then bend it on over here as well. Bend it on over. No, it's not bending on over. Oh, actually, it doesn't need to bend over 2 tracks. It needs to go onto that one. There we are. Right. That'll do. Temporary depot. Given the amount of footling that's coming in this area, I don't think it's got a choice but to be temporary. Right, whiz you around. Yeah. And slap it in there, and then let's go build a route. Yeah, have we got everything done? I think I have, you know. Okay, right, new line. Well, how exciting. Now, I'm not going to do commuter services just yet because I don't want to, and therefore I'm not gonna. Yeah, I know you can't get back because it's all one-way signals, but we haven't finished yet. You're getting your knickers in a twist before I finish work here. There you go. See? Oh, look, it's resolved itself. Stop there at Gotham again. What are we calling this line here? We go from Dark Star to Gotham to Shermer to Gotham. Yeah, well, okay, this is, as we have been looking at the map, this is our eastern side. Yeah, don't call it like the East Coast main line. Have some imagination. Yeah, just, yeah. The Shadowlands. What? Yeah, wait for it. I really want to use the word disco, just because. Done. Shadowlands disco. Right, in that case, we need a disco train. Well, good luck with that. Okay, right. And what's it going to be? Right, talk to me about multiple units. All of them. I want all multi-units here. Right, we've got the 150. I'm using that. I think I'm using the 150. Don't know. The 309 I've definitely used. Yes. The D8000 is not a multi-unit. It can pretend to be one, but it just is. You want a TGV? It's not really in keeping with the rest of the series, though, is it? 421. She went of her own accord. Yeah. You know what? We'll go with the 421. I've definitely used those. We'll go with the 4 Sig EMU BR Green. Well, I've always said that we should. Yeah. What's the capacity on that? 84 passengers. Spot on. A little 4-coach number, and that's going to sport 3 of those. Not 33. No. I mean, it'd be nice to do 33, but 3 will be sufficient. And then just fling it up the whatever the heck you just called this in a moment of weakness. Yeah, I think my naming circuits are misfiring. Well, whatever they're doing it wrong. Right, here we go. Let's watch the moment. Oh, listen to the phase on that one. Little bit of wibble going on with that. Really, this is electric, is it? I'm not seeing a pantograph. Has it got a shoe? Hang on, wait. Maybe you missed the pantograph because you weren't looking. I am not missing it. Now I've got to know. Has it got a shoe going on there somewhere? Not that I can see. No. I think it's the diesel. Doesn't sound diesel though, does it? No. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. What's written on the back there? Reds. Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah. Alright, well, it's a train. It's doing its thing. People will tell me in the comments and expect me to care. So that's the thing that's happening. Right, that's going to do its thing. It's not going to run a profit for a little while. Let's talk about the stupid idea that I had moments ago. I've got this vision, friends, right? This is going to be extraordinarily expensive. And the vision that I have is that the port is actually inland a little bit. And so that we build out an estuary. An estuary? Yeah, well, maybe a canal-like approach. Oh, not canals again. Yeah, right. Okay, that supports it, right? And then we build that in harmony with the freight hub, which sits on the remaindered bit of land. This is so stupid. This is never going to work. So that the freight hub goes over the top of the canal. No, I'm not talking about tunnelled canals. No, we'll raise up the bit of land in the middle. Oh, it's never going to work. You'd be better off building it in the mountain if you wanted to do this. Stuff it. It's what I want. I'm going to make it happen. Right, pause up for a sec. Let's get rid of all of this road because it's not welcome. Obviously, there will be some roads in our future somewhere, but I want to build something interesting. Okay. All right. So, what are you thinking? I think we square off. Give me this. So we square off going around Maybe, I don't know. Which side of this oil well are you going? Well, yeah, we might go that side. All right, square off that. All right, like that. Yeah. You could come out here and then just create this like island area. Okay. All right. So let's just. I need a marker of some description. We've got some paint. Yeah, give me some paint. Paint me something dark in about there. All right. Okay. All right, and then do a line. All right. That's on the square, right? Well, if you use the square, it definitely will be. Okay. All right, and then it comes out over here. Right. So I'm gonna bulldoze all of that down. I'm gonna use the flattening tool to bulldoze all of that down to the right height. You are going to need to elevate this. It would be nice if you could take out these businesses. As much as there's about to be an absolute ton of freight rocking up, and therefore, who knows? Tracks wise, no. The buildings wise, you need a station. Right, let's go for a basic for now. It's going to need to be very long, and we're probably going to need, let's say 8. Well, let's go for all 8 tracks and see where we get. Right. Alright, okay, so this is going to need to exit over both sides. Yeah. We're looking about there? Yeah. You're going to be pushing this side, I think. Because obviously I'm going to extend the station so that the station is an appropriate length for what I'm running. Now these are, 320? I think I'll make them 500 metres long and then not run any freight trains that are longer than 500 metres. that would kind of work. Okay, yeah. All right, where are you putting the port? Oh, good point. Yeah, because if you're running the hypotenuse here, then that's not going to work. Where you want to be is on this kind of angle, but set back, so you've got the port buildings all along there somewhere. Yeah, but then getting out is going. Oh, maybe not. No, maybe getting out isn't going to be a mission. All right, we put it there. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. I don't know how this is going to work. I think that much is evident. Oh, I see. Hold on. I've got a no. Sorry, I've had a plan. I've got an idea. Right. Okay. All right. What if? No. Keep that where it is. Okay. Do you like that? I think it'll do as a first run. Right. I was thinking, how are you going to get out the other way? I'm not. We'll have it round. We'll have it rainbow cascade out. All right, as it comes out of there and swing. Trust me. It's not going to work, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Give me some more track, please. Track, yeah. What sort of track? The good stuff. Okay, and off we go. Right. Okay. So if you know what would be nice to know, that I should know but don't, is how long each of these sections are. Well, if that's 320, okay, yeah. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so there are 40 a pop. So that's 360, 440, 480, 520. Yeah. Is that as long as you're going to need? Yeah, that'll do it nicely, and it means that I can keep my original scheme. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to build out the station too much. I just want to book the space for now. Yeah, this is an immense amount of cost going into something that I've got a very high level of certainty isn't going to work. Right, that's going to need platforms and whatnot, and all of that kind of stuff, and I'll get to that. All right, so next up, you know what you didn't do. Oh, I didn't increase the height. Yeah, which means that you're going to need these bridges to actually go up before they go over. I could go back and increase the height. I think you're going to have to. Anywho, that's a problem for another time. Let's sketch this out, and then we'll call it a day, and the good people can go about their business. All right, okay, so we'll grab proper depth here. This is going to be pricey. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was 15 million quid in one go there. Also, yeah, I know, I see it. Alright, okay, so I think we're going to want to go around the other side. Now, I could load up the map editor and just dispatch these rogue buildings that are getting all up in my business. I don't know. I'll work with it. You know, the trick is going to be, or the challenge is going to be, making it look good. Yeah, you might want to unpause the game. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you need your magic money printer going. Yeah. Now it's going to be a little wider. Try and hold a consistent angle there, Chief. That's not the consistent angle that we were looking at, is it? No, it's not. Alright, okay, yeah. And keep an eye on the money. You might have a couple of 100 million, but you're going to get through that in no time flat. Yeah, right. And then, I hate this oil well. Oh, yeah, it's in the most awkward point. And it's forming an arrowhead. Oh, no, work with it. Work with it. You've got to make it work. Okay. Why? Because you said you would. Alright, okay, yeah. Yeah, take that out. Yeah. Okay, alright. And then we'll use ship waypoints to ensure that everything comes in from the same way. This is going to take quite a bit of finagling in order to get it doing the business. Right. You've got to leave enough space here in order to get your track round. Yeah. And you've got to leave enough space here so the ships aren't pulling a weird manoeuvre. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be avoidable while we've got a flipping oil well in the way. Yeah. Alright, okay, come on, keep chipping. I'm chipping. Yeah, flipping oil. It's not a well, it's a refinery. Whatever it is, it's in the flipping way. Yeah. You didn't have to do this here. No, but I decided to do this here and then belligerently gone like, no, hang the expense, I'm doing it here. Right. Now, when you are carving out one of these, you have to imagine what Madam Nature is going to be doing to your coastline. That's right, friends. We're talking a little bit of erosion. And that means you're going to want slightly softer edges. Soften that edge slightly. Right? To replicate the tidal flow having just eaten at the edges of that stuff. Now, if you're squaring it off with a concrete/brick mix of some fashion, those exist, then that's, you know, it's a different state of affairs. But a gentle application of the smoothing gun there, and you end up with something that you're going to go, oh yeah, I can see how that might have possibly happened. What I can't see is how it hasn't been picked up by property developers and turned into some incredibly expensive place for people to live. You kind of go, well, give them time. Although I would suggest arguably that the coal mine possibly has something to do with that, and the lack of local infrastructure and amenities. That's probably making it less desirable than one might otherwise hope. Right, there we are. Is that in there somewhere? Yeah. Right, I'm going to put in some more track. You've spent a lot of money there, son. Thank you. It wasn't a compliment. Right, let's put in some track here. Right? Yeah. Put in some track there. Right. Put another track next to it. Put another track next to it. Right. Now run it. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Done. Right. Yep. Run that. Yep. Okay. Yep. And that. Yep. Right. Done. What I'm doing here is I'm finding the edge of where my canal can sit and this still be marginally operational. So just keep going out to about there. All right. Yeah. Now get back onto this bad boy and hack out some more of this so that you know what? I could, if I build out some, if I bring out some terrain, some assets, some decorating assets, and slap them around the side of that, it might end up looking okay. It might not, but it might. But it might not, but it might. Okay, yeah. All right. That's good. Obviously, you're going to need enough manoeuvring room for a ship to get in, out, and beyond. Why don't you do away with this bit here, fill that back in, which is going to be expensive, but do it once and get it right, rather than do it once and go, oh, it's not quite great. See, because then you've got a straightforward exit line going there. Now, you are going to run into ships doing a bit of zigzagging, But providing you've given them enough space to do that manoeuvring, you should be okay. Alright. I'm liking where it's going. I mean, arguably, that's the bit that looks like the port area at the moment, but no, I'm going to pull this back up again. Seal it into that. Yeah. Oh, let's remember what colour I painted it. Well, I only painted it that colour so I could see where I was working. But okay. Right. Yeah. And then with a bit of smoothing brush magic. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you've got that sharp corner to attend to as well. So that needed doing as well. Yeah. Strangely satisfying, but not so strangely very expensive. No. Right. Yeah. Keep coming. Keep coming. There you go. That's it. You've got to go out beyond the corner, you see, because you can't smooth the corner out neither. That's something that you've got to deal with, and also that gives me a little bit more run if I do need to elevate the bridge, which I really don't want to do, but I think I'm going to have to. Whoop, gently, right down there, like that. Okay, yeah, this is a good way to hemorrhage all your money in a hurry. If you're finding yourself going, oh, if only I had less money in the bank. Well, this is the way to do it. I mean, the more severe you make the change in elevation. Why are you stating the obvious? The more severe you make it. Shut up! I'm telling a story to people. I'm leaving that bit of rock there because I think it looks nice. The more severe you make a change in elevation there, so because I'm going off the sea floor quite a way out, the more it costs. Do you think that'll work? I think it's got a fighting chance. But who knows? Alright, okay. That. It needs a bit of smoothing, needs a bit of but other than that, it's going to be great. What have we got here? Oh, apparently I've got some shipping mods installed. Apparently that's coming in mid-2019. I think that's a lie. Right, let's go for this. Yeah. Because if nothing else, how many terminals? Oh, depends how many routes you're going to do. I think it's just going to be one route, but multi-terminals. Oh, do ships have the same ability to just pick which terminal they land in? Don't know. Right, you could do it like that. Yeah, but that is wrong. See? Wrong. No, not that. You are going to need them to be parallel in some fashion or another. This is going to completely knacker your insy outsy kind of a move. What if I were to come back here? Oh, that could work. It could work. Yeah. I mean, this shipping lane is never going to make any money because it's only going to be one-way traffic, which is a bit of a disaster. All right, so you need to flatten in as far as that tree there. Okay. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. I've been Colonel Failure. This will resume before you know it, and we will pick up the action, whereupon we will be very enthralled by what happens next. That needs all of that. Right. Well, shall I finish with something attractive and worth looking at? Okay. Well, I've got my camera switched on. Oh, you're brilliant. Right, Gotham City has got 5 passengers waiting. Cool on! 10 waiting at the Shadowlands Disco. These people have never had the opportunity to go to other towns before. You think they'd be leaping at the chance, but evidently they're not. Find me a train. They better not all be bunched up. Well, you know what they're going to be. They are all going to be bunched up, aren't they? Here's one now. All right. It's got 3 passengers on board. It's 1.3 million in the hole. Woohoo! Now you're talking. Right. I think we'll start the next encounter with just a little bit of putting some local commuter services. I can't have this kind of a hole coming up when I'm burning through hundreds of millions in land reshapement. I've been Colonel Failure. I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I don't believe you. I believe you have subscribed, and that's why you're here. But if you haven't, and you're just here for the first time, thinking, oh, I don't know, I've never seen this guy before, then punch the flipping subscribe button. Go on, get on with it. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.